Back here on our big broadcast, coast to coast, border to border on iHeartRadio today. And, of course, AMFM247.com, 990 WBOB out there in Rhode Island as well. And we have got a great guest joining us today live here on our big program. And, Larissa, go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend. Tell us a bit about yourself, and then we're going to get into the topic here, my friend.
Hey, I'm Larissa Vale. I sing in the band Black Satellite, and we're out here on tour with Marilyn Manson right now.
So Black Satellite, how in the world did you guys get on this big tour with Marilyn Manson?
Their management just hit us up, and they're like, "Hey, you want to open on this tour?" And we're all like, "Absolutely!"
That is
kind of
awesome.
just fell out of the sky. It's just nuts how it all happened.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, how long have you been doing music? Talk to us about your musical background.
I've just been doing music, ever since I was a kid. It was my only dream, since elementary school. I just kind of had a one-track mind. It's the only thing I remember ever wanting to do. And, about 8 years ago, when I got out of college, immediately moved to New York City and was like, okay, well, I really need to give this a shot, and it's just been that every day since.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So, talk to me a little bit about some of your musical heroes and influences.
Well, I think an obvious one is Marilyn Manson, which is another reason why this tour is so cool for me. I was also into like Korn and Deftones and Tool and Soundgarden, that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. Larissa Vale with us today. Black Satellite, of course, blacksatellite.com is the official website. They are out on tour right now with the great Marilyn Manson. You guys have a brand new single called Downfall. Talk to us a little bit about this track.
Yeah, so it was really cool. We got to launch the single during the first week of this tour, and we were playing it live even before it officially released. It's not a thing we've done before, so it was really cool to be able to showcase that song live for the first time in front of the fans. And I normally write from like my personal perspective, and it's about like a personal experience. So I think that's something that a lot of listeners can find really relatable, and it's really cool when a song takes on another meaning and it kind of becomes larger than yourself, because I just wrote this song, in the studio, just writing lyrics on my own. And it just kind of, becomes a whole different meaning that people can attach to, based on their experiences as well.
That's fantastic. We have got Larissa Vale with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. Black Satellite is on tour with Marilyn Manson. Talk to us a little bit about how everything's been going so far.
This tour's just been a dream come true. And, the crew's super pro. They treat us really well. And, every day it's just been smooth sailing, and the shows have been absolutely killer. I think we are all sold out. And, just the reception from fans has just been so welcoming. And, even from the second our intro kicks on, everyone's just so pumped and screaming. It's just like, couldn't be a better experience,
That's awesome. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Larissa Vale with us today from Black Satellite. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So you have such just an amazing presence on stage, off stage, all these various places. You do a lot of things. What originally drew you to fronting a rock band?
It's just back to that story from when I was a kid. I specifically wanted to be a singer in a rock band. It wasn't like I just wanted to be a singer, and I was like trying to start a band with like my kid, like other kids in like third grade or whatever. And I started like playing the guitar when I was 9, and it's kind of funny. I just knew like I just wanted to grow up to be a rock star one day.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. It is a great guest with us today. Larissa Vale is with us. She joins us from Black Satellite, and join us on the big program today here on iHeartRadio, and of course 50 plus AM/FM stations across the country and around the world. So going out on tour here and doing all these various things with Marilyn Manson. Talk to us a little bit about how the crowds have been and what kind of reception you've been getting to folks from around the country.
the crowds have just been insane every day. Like I said, it's like the whole tour is completely sold out, and like people show up in like all these goth outfits and the makeup and the boots and the fishnets, and it's like, oh hell yeah, these are my people, you know. And we all lined up all the way down the block before the show, and they can't see inside our bus because of the tinted windows, and we're like looking, we're like, hey, like knocking, and it's like it's so soundproof. They can't even hear us in there, but we're all like scoping it out. I'm like, oh my god, look at these people, tonight's gonna be so wild. And yeah, like the other night, we were in, I think, Myrtle Beach, and people were just moshing like since the middle of our set, you know, even like on songs. I was kind of surprised because there's this like, you know, like slower, more melodic song, and then people are already kind of getting riled up, and I was like, oh hell yeah, tonight is gonna be a wild night. And then it's at the last song of our set, we were getting crowd surfers, and I mean, it's so much fun and so inspiring to like watch that kind of reaction from the stage, you know, and that genuine love that just goes both ways. You know, it's like we feed off the crowd as much as they're feeding off of us as well.
Yes.
And like, love that kind of stuff. That's what we live for.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. We've got Larissa Vale with us today from Black Satellite. She joins us here on our big broadcast, and you can join us each and every week over there at kjagradio.com. So your music often blends haunting melodies with crushing riffs. Can you walk us through your creative process, your songwriting process?
So for me, I'm someone who really writes the vocals to the music, so I can't just like sit there in a vacuum and, you know, write words on a page or whatever. So I'll work with my bands, my producer, and, you know, we'll like send demos back and forth. And then when I hear some instrumentals, it'll first like create a feeling. And then that feeling I link to like specific memories of other experiences where I felt like that. And then it's kind of just, you know, I'll start doing like scratch vocals, and I'm just singing gibberish at this point, and I'll see some words start to come out here and there. I'm actually like just will say a random word, and it's kind of like, you know, communicating with your subconscious in a way, because I'm like, huh, that was really interesting. Why did I say that? And then you like connect the dots, and I write out the rest of the lines, and then I'm like, wow, that's like kind of cool. I didn't really know I felt that way, you know. So it's kind of like decoding your own mind in a way.
That's awesome. Larissa Vale with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. So talk to me a little bit about your stage presence and what it is like to go to a show if someone's never seen you perform live. What is that like?
Oh my God, we go so hard every day. We're literally destroying our bodies. Our necks are so sore from all the head banging. And like, you know, we're just jumping around off risers like complete animals. I mean, we're like sweaty, out of breath. Like we don't hold anything back. We play every show like our life literally depends on it, and just leave it all out on the stage. So I think it's a really cool experience for people as well. You know, I mean, it's just super crazy energy right out of the gate.
That's fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. Larissa Vale is with us from Black Satellite. So being in New York City, talk to us a little bit about what the music scene and everything is there like.
You know, it's funny. Like we've just been grinding on tour for the past few years. Like we don't even play local shows, and every time we play in the city, it's always because we're on tour. So it's funny. Right as we started kind of getting into the local scene there, we just started touring. So I kind of like operate in my own little bubble.
That's fantastic. Larissa Vale with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. So what is next for you and the band after this tour?
So yeah, after this tour, I'm going to be working on some top secret new material as well. And then this fall, we're going back out on tour with Mushroom Head. We're going to be dropping a couple more singles, and the record will be coming out in a few months this year, right before that tour. So there's going to be a lot more content for people to check out as well.
Good stuff. Well, Larissa, I really appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on and chatting. Before we let you go, run it down for us. How do we get your music and support the band?
So the best landing spot is blacksatellite.com, and all of our socials are linked on there as well. All of our meet and greets, our tour dates, merch. We're at Black Satellite on all socials as well. And I always encourage people, just like DM us, ask us questions. You know, when we have all these hours of downtime, like right now, it's a day off, and we're just sitting on the bus. We love to engage with people, and we actually read all the messages too, by the way. So yeah, hit us up.
That's awesome. Well, enjoy your day off, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for making some time for us today, my friend.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. There she goes. That is Larissa Vale with us today here on our big program, and that will wrap it up here for this segment of our big broadcast. Thanks for paying attention to us as long as you did, and